Priyanka. Hello, this is Priyanka Thirumoorthy, and we have with us live on the News Minute rapper Sophia Ashraf, who along with 4 members of her band yesterday voiced her dissent against the political developments in Tamil Nadu right now, and all this in Poise Gardens. Let's go on to Sophia and ask her. So tell us, Sophia, what led you to sing this song of dissent and perform it in Poise Gardens yesterday?
Well, I feel like Tamil Nadu has been heading towards this trend of political bullying over the last 10, 15 years or over a decade, where politicians who are in power think that they can just make any decision, and they've been emboldened by the fact that the public does not voice their dissent. And whenever the public does voice their dissent, they put defamation cases on us, they suppress our voices. This was my way to reclaim public spaces and social media, because what has been happening lately on social media is every time you speak out against a government policy, just think I'm against demonetization. If I say I'm against demonetization, the government immediately clamps down on my basic democratic right to dissent and to discuss policies. They either put on a label of anti-national on me, they put defamation cases on me, they suppress me, they say I have no right to be talking about this. In Tamil Nadu, it's ever so pertinent, and this has been the tipping point for us. The straw that broke the camel's back was when a woman who has not contested in elections has suddenly been made the chief minister. The second in command, who has been signed off with Jayalalitha's thumbprint, he was made the chief minister. Due to some reasons, he has tendered in his resignation, and a woman who has not contested elections has come into power. I agree, I have to give her a chance. She is a woman who has fought her way on top. That I can respect. As someone who has fought society, I can respect that. She needs to be given a chance, but if you want us to give you a chance, address us. Talk to us, tell us what you're going to be doing for the public, contest in elections. You have 6 months coming up. I am aware that you're going to be contesting in elections in a constituency. Do it the right way. Earn the public support, earn our respect, and we will actually be rallying behind you. But do it the right way. Yes, it's completely democratic on paper what has happened. She has the legal right to be in power. But this is our way to tell the AIDMK, to tell the public that, you know what, we're not very comfortable with what's happening, and we're hoping that they will listen and that we get a chance to reclaim our power over social media.
So you talk about how dissent is not taken kindly in India itself. So what kind of repercussions did you face while performing this song and after it?
Well, we walked right into the lion's mouth. There were cops right behind us and cops right in front of us. So while we were walking, the cops converged on us, but we weren't doing anything illegal. And we were lucky that we went Facebook Live, because what happened is the cops came up to us and said, this is illegal. And we're like, why is it illegal? It's a bunch of 4 people with a guitar walking down the street. He said, no, according to City Police Act, Section 41. We immediately took out our phones, we looked it up, and there were people who were watching us live who's like, no, that's bogus, they can't book you under that. And then they said, they tried to, every time they mentioned that you can't do this, you can't do that, there was someone from social media immediately calling us and saying, no, this is bogus. So we had public support, and we had the support of someone equipped with a phone, with internet, who was Googling things and giving us support. Then, of course, the cops tried to harass us. They took down our names, our numbers, our addresses, asked us for our parents' names. I'm 30 years old. Why are you asking me for my parents' names? But we had done nothing wrong. So we were very happy giving official, actual details. We stuck to our rules. We stuck to the guidelines. And also, then the cop turned to me and says, what are you doing walking out at this time dressed like that? And we were shocked. Like the fact that a woman chief minister is coming into power, and right outside her house there's a policeman looking at a girl and asking her what she's wearing, really goes to show that maybe, you know what, having a woman in power doesn't really mean that women's rights are going to be addressed. Then they try to harass us a little bit more, but then it must be said that we've been lauded for our bravery, but I think I need to check my privilege somewhere. We are kids who look like we've come from money. We can afford a guitar, we can afford fancy phones, and we're streaming live on Facebook, which automatically puts us in a 2% population. So the cops, as much as they wanted to take action, knew that they had to be careful because it was their jobs at stake. And at the end of the day, they were doing their job, but they didn't do it the right way. Instead of being guided by the constitution, they were guided by a sense of moral code, by a sense of mafia-giri, by a sense of gunda-giri, which is what we did not appreciate. So while we had our privilege and our social media behind us supporting us, so it wasn't really bravery, but we also had our angst and our passion fueling us to go out there. And I think what we are hoping to do is set the ball rolling. We are hoping that people out, this will embolden other people out there to go out and speak out and show their voice of dissent. That is all we are asking.
All right. So under what circumstances did you pen this song?
Well, this was a song we had written a year ago, actually. It was a song we had written about the elections, where we found that the 2% that the social media using, the warriors of Facebook weren't really voting. We would speak out every time something bad happened, but we weren't going out there and voting. And one of the reasons they said was, you know what, the government is corrupt. What's the point of choosing between one criminal or the other? So we did this song where we said, okay, this and this is happening, but we need to vote. And worst case scenario, if you don't want to vote, don't let your vote go to waste. At least vote Nota, do something like that. So it was an entire video talking about what their options were and how we are very disconcerted with this. And it was also a message that we gave government saying, political parties only come to us when they're seeking votes. Why don't they come to us during other times when we are in trouble, when there is a cyclone, when there is a flood? Why aren't they coming to us door to door giving away these freebies? Come door to door, give us freebies when we need you. So this was a video we had put back then, and then we had performed the song yesterday at a friend's house, and they said, you know what, this is so fitting in today's political scenario. And we were all just really riled up, really disconcerted with what was happening. And then we were like, yeah, you know what, we're in Post Garden. Her house is 2 streets away. Let's go. So we walked out with a guitar. We had no clue what we were doing. And we had a yoga instructor with us who could blow a conch. And we were like, you know what? This is the death of democracy. Because it's legally it's in place. It's intact, but we can't do anything about it because legally it's in place. But ideologically, it's so wrong. So we got this yoga instructor with us, we had a lawyer with us, we had a young girl with us, we had a sound engineer with us, just a bunch of people from that party who just went out, walked out on the street, sang a song for 2.5 minutes, blew the conch, and walked back.
All right, so you talk about the death of democracy, but V.K. Sasikala was elected by her entire party to this position. So why do you still call it that? And do you believe there's a public sentiment against her?
Well, yes, legally she's in the right, and we must make this clear to our viewers. Legally, she is in the right. She has the right to come into power. Her entire party has voted her into power. But ideologically, in spirit, it seems like a huge injustice because we had voted, like whoever has voted for AIDMK into power has voted assuming Jayalalitha would come into power, and if not her, the man she has named as a second in command, OPS. They voted not expecting a Sasikala to come into power. She has come into power. She has 6 months to prove herself, 6 months to get herself elected by contesting in a constituency. So legally, while she is in the right, we also are legally in the right to show our dissent, to show that we are not comfortable with the AIDMK choosing her. So this is just us telling the AIDMK, if you are choosing someone, choose someone that the public knows, that the public believes in, that the public trusts, and who has addressed the public, has at least come and spoken to us about what she aims to do when she comes into power, and who has contested an election.
And now, Sophia, could you please sing the lyrics of your rap for us?
Okay, it goes, நீ தெரு ஓர வரப்போற கலாவாரம் பரப்புற அரக்கியல் அரங்கோற இப்ப என்ன தரப்போற ஓட்ட கேட்டு நோட்டு வீச ஊரை கூட்டி கத்தி பேச பிச்சை போல வாக்கு சேர்க்க விரல தூக்க ஒன்ன தாக்க தேர்தல் எல்லாம் தேர்ந்தெடுத்த அமைச்சர் எல்லாம் தேவையில்லை தேர்தல் எல்லாம் தேர்ந்தெடுத்த அமைச்சர் எல்லாம் தேவையில்லை.
Thank you so much, Sophia. That was Sophia Ashraf on the News Minute Live, reporting from Chennai, Priyanka Tirumurthy with Febha Matthew.